So we will start our today's session and welcome everyone. So we welcome in our platform Learning Conclave, enhance capability to create resilience. And we have a team with us, Mr. Vishnu Prasad Gupta ji, and he is basically a sales capability building, and he is a past experience with different corporates in sales team and building. And we have Mr. Ashutosh Sharma. He is also a seasoned professional in HR fraternity. And Ms. Mudita Shiromani, she is supporting us from our back end. Vishnuji, next, please. So, in Learning Conclave, in last couple of months, we are doing a webinar, regular webinar, 5 days in a week, and webinars. Now we are us, which is Leaders Insight, and it's happening every Tuesday, same timing, and another sessions which is a Knowledge Fiesta, which is on every Saturday, again the same timing 2:30 to 3:30. In Knowledge Fiesta, we work for different industry people who give us some knowledge sharing and experience of well-being and lot of funds on this session. So today, sponsor in our webinar is RU4S and Khadiji and Electronic for you in our today's session. Vishnuji, next please. And very warm welcome to Mr. Vijay ji. Today we have a presenter, Mr. Vijay Thadani, and he is also he is a seasoned professional and he is a qualified economics honors and studied in Hansraj College, New Delhi. And he has a 37-year of a journey in entrepreneur and worked long in Cameroon. And from couple of years he returned to India and now he is RSS as a swim civics sevak and wellness coach. We welcome Mr. Vijay Thadani. Over to you, Mr. Vijay Thadani ji.
A very good morning to everyone, and thank you very much for this opportunity to speak to a lot of good people. Today's subject is, who is your competitor? Why is it that we are not sure who our competitor is? There are different types of competitors. One is a direct competitor, there's an indirect competitor, and there's a replacement competitor. Usually we focus on one. Let's go by experience, and then we will go further and see. In about 1980, there were two companies, GM and Ford. They only could see each other when they looked at the world, and they saw only each other as their competitors because they were in the same market, that's US. They were in the same product range, very big cars, and they each manufactured about 1 million cars a year. And naturally, being very far ahead of the others, they didn't know anyone else is a competitor or not, right? And Benz and BMW did the same thing. They narrowed their competition to each other only because of engineering quality and size of product. That's the middle range, about 3 liter, 2 liter to 3 liter engines at that time. Now it's a varied thing. Same thing Nissan and Toyota did with each other. They could see each other in that market. Later on, time passed, Toyota went into our cars will never go bad. And because of that, they beat everybody in the market and became world leading manufacturer and #1 in the world because people voted with their checkbooks, right? When you look at how technology has changed the world, STD booths used to exist on every street corner and many on the same street also. They've all disappeared. Why? Technology, replacement. Electronics, what has it done? They wiped out the alarm clock industry, which used to have those big bells and it used to ring, tung, 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 that sort of a thing. It got rid of your diary, it became a digital diary, and then it went into your phone. Same thing with the radio, it's inside your phone. Same thing with a camera, a very efficient and effective camera, it's inside your phone. Look at that. Look at Kodak. What happened to Kodak? They just got wiped out because of the technological advances, right? From a shopkeeper analysis, I'll give you a little thing, right? I used to sell a lot of shirts before, a lot of them. And suddenly shirts stopped selling. So I went out in the market looking, why have shirts stopped selling? And realized that people are now wearing t-shirts and walking around, right? So I went and picked up those t-shirts, and again, t-shirts stopped selling because we went out and saw people were wearing Samsung t-shirts, LG t-shirts, and t-shirts which were used by the publicity company being given away free. So who is your competitor? It can vary, it can change. So don't be thinking safe that you are with one particular competitor only, right? Change in fashion. Women used to wear maxis and long sleeves blouses, and then it went on to midis and then finally to minis. What happened to the textile industry? They all suffered, right? There was a loss of this thing. When you look carefully at the travel industry, at the tourism industry, right? Now you take an example of Oyo rooms and how it has changed the hotel industry, right? Big hotel chains, consultants used to think of 50 rooms and above as a viable concept. Oyo rooms came in, 10 room hotel, 30 room hotel, anything was very good, very, very wonderful and very effective. And very, very effective. And it changed the hotel scene, right? Look at the travel industry, what has happened to it. Airplanes became cheaper than trains, right? First class, I mean, not everything. Now airlines have become more expensive again because of this COVID thing. Tourism is totally missing now because of COVID until further notice. Zoom app has taken over for meetings. Now you don't travel to a meeting, you just have it from wherever you are, right? Work from home systems have come up. Now, because of that, rent has come down because people have moved to their villages and they can work from their villages. So they don't really need to pay rent while they stay at home and work from there. When you look at Uber and Ola and how it has changed the world, right? They don't own a single vehicle, but yet they run the whole place. Amazon and Flipkart. Did we know that Amazon and Flipkart would come into our homes and open their shops inside our computers and phones? We didn't. So it was unexpected. They took away a lot of business from the shopkeepers which are on your high street and in your neighborhood, right? So now these shopkeepers are opening their businesses on Flipkart and on Amazon to get into that business. Look at Netflix and YouTube and how it has changed the viewing market, right? They view, people don't have to go to the cinema hall anymore. You can have a big, nice, lovely screen and watch the thing on your home computer, home screen, and enjoy the movie, whole family together. Book lovers. Book lovers have moved to Kindle. Not all of them, of course, but a lot of them have moved to Kindle. Magazine and newspapers are available in soft copy. So it's becoming more paperless. So who is your competitor? I mention all these experiences that we narrow our view only to one competitor, but we have to keep a wider view as to who our competitors are and who can do better and take us further. But reality is different. Another example is Mr. Amit Francis, who came in a few weeks back on Learning Conclave. He is from JK Industries, and he mentioned that when you look at the people who have lost out because of COVID, the only one he could think of was the sunscreen industry. Strange. Being an industry man, he only looks at industry as a competitor or a viable competitor, and to study them only as victims of the COVID thing. But when you analyze, think about the wedding planners, think about the wedding hall owners, think about the caterers, the restaurants, the wedding garment manufacturers, the travel and tourism industry, the hotels. Who imagined that a virus could put so many people out of business? So I want to ask you, who is your next competitor? Think about it, and we'll open it up for discussion with you as soon as we reopen the thing. I think I need a glass of water. Okay? Have you ever thought of Airtel and Vodafone have made more money in the music industry than all the music industry of India? They've made money out of the ringtones. Thank you. Any questions, please? Any observations, please? I would like to learn from you all, and you've been a wonderful audience. Hello.
Yes, Vijay.
Hello.
Everyone is hearing you.
Hello.
You are audible. Don't worry. Everyone is hearing you.
Hello.
Vijayji, we can hear you. You can continue your thoughts.
I think I've finished. I think I've finished.
Okay. Okay. So before
I made a lot of observations on what actually we have seen, but what is going to happen next is anybody's guess.
Okay. So before
Great.
anyone
So,
question,
participants, you have any questions from Vijayji? You can just keep noting and keep sharing, and you can ask. Switch on your video and audio, and ask a direct question from Vijay Thadani ji.
Madhavji, before having our audience discussion, I do have one question for Vijayji.
Yeah,
So
please.
Vijayji, this was the visible competition. Everyone has seen it and everyone has
Yes.
experienced it. But what
Yes.
about your own internal competition? How will you define that? And how you feel that internal competition would require for your future establishment or your future endeavors or success?
How do you mean by internal competition?
So my understanding is like whatever you have said, it was external piece which people
Yes.
have seen, and it was
Yes.
related to product. But about your own self, like competing yourself. I was pre-COVID. I was a corporate employee. Then
Yes.
I thought, why not to serve my ways of working and the capability to multiple corporates
Yes.
in one go. So I have started my own piece to compete with myself. So this is the way, means how you see, will it be required to have internal competition and vouch for that to get
Yes,
success?
you have to keep on upgrading yourself at all times. You just have to keep upgrading yourself. There's no two ways about it. You have to keep the learning process on. This learning process on means that as you work, technology takes over and goes further. You have to catch up with it and try to go ahead of the technology which is in front of you.
So you have seen the era when technology was not there.
Yes,
okay,
definitely.
So how did you find yourself competing with yourself or upgrading yourself? So how you could able to do with yourself?
Sir, it is a little tough. My business, 1/3 of it was taken away by the Flipkart and whatever Amazon and whatever you have. And the competition increased. And naturally, I then said, it's time to hang up your boots. And so I came here and joined in the wellness field. And wellness is something which is different from illness. You have been watching illness, and everybody has been talking about illness. Nobody has been talking about wellness. And that is where it is an upgrade. Wellness, for example, if you take, for example, now in the current scenario, what's actually happening is that because people are eating at home and eating healthy food, and they are not falling sick so much, or they prefer not to go to the hospital. Now, the result is that wellness is what is the new motto nowadays, as far as I'm concerned. And illness is for doctors, and God help them when you fall sick or anybody falls sick. I'm sorry, I don't want anyone to fall sick, but that's the thing. So you have to work on wellness as your uh, motivation and keep ahead of what is the others have been doing. It's illness.
Mm. So how
Yes,
do you see this wellness piece importance in this COVID era?
sir, if you are well, it's because you have been following a wellness regime, whether it is by food, by exercise, by breathing, by anything. Uh, you have been well because you are in this COVID regime. If you have fallen sick, it's because you have exposed yourself to high risk and your immunity was low. You have to keep a very high immunity, and you can do that in different ways. You have one alternative is yoga, in which has physical exercises and breathing exercises and other facets too, but we'll only mention these two. And the third one is by taking certain products which help build and boost your immunity. So how to make sure that you get good oxygen inside of you, how to make sure that you get good healthy food inside of you. If you analyze what we have been eating, most of us have been eating poisoned food because of the um, sprays that they have been doing, fungicide, herbicide, poisons, toxins, and God knows what not. And that seeps into the food, and we are eating that. But if you go to the village and talk to the villagers, you'll find that they are growing certain amount of food with natural carb, natural using cow dung and all that as manure, and they are eating that. But for selling to the market, they are using all these chemicals which have been promoted by all the agricultural societies and companies that exist. And if you go and look in the market, you'll find that a man is supposed to use 1 liter per acre, and the supplier tells him you should use 3 liters per acre because he wants to reach his targets, okay, so that he can make extra money. So there's a lot of irresponsibility outside. We have to be responsible ourselves.
Great, thank you, Vijayji. Then could you suggest some of the regular Ayurvedic medicines which we can include in our daily life and get rid of
Yes,
this pollution or the chemical uses by farmers or these kind of contamination?
yes, for your vegetables when you buy them, soak them in a solution of 25% vinegar and 75% water, and let them stay there for about 10-20 minutes so that the chemical which is outside the fruit will at least that will get washed off. And then you can prepare it and have it. That is one thing you can do. Uh, Ayurvedic products are same as other medicines. You can't just take anything anywhere. To give you a small example, people take a lot of kayam churan. Kayam churan will burn the stomach lining over a period of time. So you're supposed to take that for 10 days as a medicinal course and then leave it. And if you haven't got cured, then next month take it again for 10 days. But you can't take it on a regular basis. So even when you take Ayurvedic products, you can add them to your diet. And I will suggest only two at this point of time. One is Giloi, and the other one is Ashwagandha. These both help build your immunity, and preferably with meals. Yes.
Okay,
But
so
if you want to get cured, if somebody has some kind of a problem, health problem, sure, he can contact me and I can guide them further from there.
so these Ayurvedic medicine is good part, and we have read many places like it is no harm medicines.
nahi
So
sir,
i-
any medicine which you are taking has got some side effect. In Ayurvedic medicines, because they are all natural, Mother Nature has balanced it in a way that it will have a very minimal side effect, पर side effect जरूर होता है.
okay,
हाँ
okay.
जी.
So
Just for something, if everybody takes 3 leaves of neem, fresh neem plucked from the tree outside your garden or outside wherever, and have every day on an empty stomach, you will probably never ever fall sick.
that's good way of maintaining our health.
Yes,
So,
sir.
what role means obviously the medicine, Ayurvedic medicines are better than other options which are available. But
Yes.
how do you see the role of our regular food intake in building immunity?
Building immunity, see, the amount of raw food you take is going to make you more healthy. You have to eat foods which are not clashing with each other. To give you a very nice example, palak paneer sabko pasand hai. I used to eat it till I learned that palak and paneer cancel each other out, and if anything happens, it leaves some toxin in your body. So you should eat palak at one meal and paneer at another meal. Another item that a lot of people love to eat is tomato and cucumber sandwiches. Please, tomato and cucumber cancel each other. If anything happens, it leaves some toxin within you. So please avoid that too.
Okay. And what about the quantity of meal? Means, is there anything which help us in building our immunity?
Sir, according to Ayurveda, the basic system is अगर आपकी digestion power है 4 रोटी की, तो 3.5 रोटी खाओ.
Okay.
हाँ जी. By
So
eating a
how?
little bit less, you will not die, but that extra space, the body will digest some of the toxins inside your system.
Okay. But how would you calculate it? Is it like your daily routine? If I'm having 4 chapatis in one go, is it how to calculate that? Is it because of my habit, or is it because of my body mass index?
No, sir, it's like this. Every body is unique. Every body has its own unique balance, right? तो उसमें क्या होता है कि हर एक की needs और demands अलग होती हैं. Quantity wise, quality wise, everything is different. To give you an example, there are some people who drink 1.5 to 2 liters of water a day and they are very satisfied and very happy. There are some people who will drink 3.5 liters of water and still feel thirsty. Right? तो वो हर एक का body अलग है, हर एक की need अलग है. I can tell you, you should eat 100 grams of this, 300 grams of this, and stuff like that, but it's not going to be valid for everyone. But there are certain parameters. I'll give you one such parameter for it is to get rid of all toxins inside the system. Morning 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock have only fruit, but not clashing fruit. Fruit should not clash with each other. For example, bananas and oranges don't go together. Bananas, masumi doesn't go together. Banana and nimbu doesn't go together, right? So like that. So you eat fruit up to 1% of your weight or 1/10 of 1% of your weight. So if you are 60 kilos, you have 600 grams of fruit. From 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock, you can break it into intervals and keep having it. It doesn't matter, right? From
Okay.
1:30 to 2, you have your lunch, which should comprise of 300 grams of raw vegetables, right? And if you are still hungry after that, you can have a couple of chapatis or something. And in the night, eat sensibly, but don't exaggerate, right? If you do this for a period of 3 weeks, and even if you are suffering from uh, sugar, diabetes, you will get healed.
That's great.
The
So,
system, the policy behind this is that when you are eating the fruit and when you are eating the veggies, the salad in the afternoon, that forms a lining in your stomach. And whatever you eat after that, it goes through your stomach without getting into your system. The result of that is that you are able to maintain a healthy diet and get rid of all these toxins which you have been eating and creating havoc in your body. Of course,
that's
with that, if you add some yogic exercises, then that will make the pancreas work better and you will become definitely a healthier person.
that's good. So,
Yep.
my question is like I have read in newspaper that those who have more weight, who have healthier as compared to their normal BMI, they are
Yeah.
more prone to get affected with these kind of disease like
Huh.
COVID.
Yes. But if you are doing yogic exercises, it will improve your digestive system and you will be able to get rid of some of that excess weight. By the way, my viewpoint is a little bit of excess weight is better than no excess weight, because that excess weight is the reserves that your body is collecting in time of need. And if you fall sick, then that is when it uses these reserves which you have collected, which you call fat.
Okay.
But exercise करो और आप weight सारा गायब हो जाएगा आपका.
Hmm.
हाँ
But
जी.
the concern is like how to draw line between heavy weight or a little more fat for your body reserve.
Sir, don't worry about that. Let the body decide. You exercise and eat healthy.
Okay. Okay. So, Madhavji, any question from audience side you may ask, or shall we break for 30 seconds and start?
We will break for a 30-second and we'll come back with the question and answer sessions from the participants. So Vijayji, just you can take a break and have a sip of water, and we'll come back to you and catch you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So welcome.
Thank you.
We are also in live session in LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Insta and Twitter. If you have already missed some of our sessions, you can go and see our previous sessions, and even the current session is also go live. So lot of people have on live to see our this today's session also. So Vishnuji, next please. So welcome, and we can ask Vijay Thadani ji to come again, and our participant will ask questions directly. So Vijay ji, Commander Vijay, you have some questions, so you can ask direct questions from Vijay Thadani ji.
No questions, because whatever has been explained has been perfectly clear. I may just add something to whatever Vijay Thadani has said. According
Please.
to yoga, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, because somebody is asking that question, how do we know whether we are eating four rotis or 3 rotis? The stomach should be given indication. Your stomach should be and empty. That means you should stop eating before you feel full, so that there is enough place for digestion in the stomach. This tallies with whatever Vijay Thadani also said. If your capacity is 4, eat only 3.5, so that you can digest it well. So otherwise, he has explained everything so properly, and no doubts on the combination of foods, etc. Thank you so much, Vijay Thadani.
Thank you, sir. Dhanyavad. Aabhar.
So Mr. Fernandez, you have any questions from Mr. Vijay Thadani ji?
No, thank. No, I don't have any question.
So, Thadani ji, I have one question from you.
जी
That
जी
what is the importance of this? You are saying about the water. Water is the main component of every body. It's a different according to
yes
the different needs of the body mass. So, what
yes.
is how the quantity and what are the minimum or maximum water intake should any person
Sir,
require?
if you drink excess water, your kidneys will become weak. If you drink less water, your kidneys will become toxic. So you have to drink enough water. Usually, the body tells you how much water you need. The only problem is, as you grow old, you stop feeling very thirsty. So you have to make sure that you look at the time and drink a certain amount of water, even though it may take you to the bathroom more often, but please do it because it's very, very necessary. Only water will clean out your system from inside, and try to consume about 3 liters of water a day, which is basically sufficient for anyone. But there may be somebody whose requirement is a little bit more. Uh, Please do not think that a cup of tea is water. A cup of tea is a cup of tea unless it is without milk. If you are taking black tea, it's water with a little bit of flavoring. Whenever you are taking any tea or coffee with milk, don't count that as water, please. A tea or coffee with milk is definitely poison for the body.
Okay. Any other question for Mr. Vijay Thadani?
So I request you all to, if you are having tea regularly and coffee regularly, have it black, a little bit of sugar, गुड़, शुगर भी मना कर दो, गुड़ के साथ ले लो तो बहुत अच्छा है. खांड भी होती है, which is again natural, but please try and avoid that milk in your tea. Any other question?
Mr.
Okay,
Fernandez.
let me just add one more point. A lot of us eat a lot of samosas and pakoras during the day or during the week or during our lifetime. We've consumed a lot. What is the situation of our arteries? I think they should be fairly bad. We may not notice it, but they should be fairly bad. Now, my request is don't go in for a stent or don't go in for these artificial systems. Take some flaxseed capsules, one a day or two a day, to help clean out those arteries.
Great. Thank you, Vijayji. And I have
Thank
another
you, sir.
question for you. So, what is the importance of salt and sugar?
The sugar has to be avoided totally because you have got enough sugar when you are eating chapatis and chawal and all that, and potatoes, they are all sugar. A lot of us are drinking whiskey, which is also sugar. So sugar is there in different forms. Avoid sugar on that basis. But whenever you need something sweet, then please do take good honey. These are natural and healthy. But sugar is definitely not. And salt also, if you take a little bit, it is necessary, but don't go in for excess because salt is an important ingredient in you. And that importance is because you are also sweating out in the summers in India. I'm not talking about freezing countries, I'm talking about India where it's hot and you sweat a lot and you lose the salt from your body and it creates a certain imbalance. So, salt is required, it's part and parcel of your system. So, but please don't take that purified salt. Try and get the pink salt or the sea salt. समुद्र का नमक जो गुजरात से आता है और जो हमारा पहाड़ का नमक जो लाहौर से आता है. Yes, these are healthier options. And please control it. Don't overdo it.
Mhm. Thank you so much, Vijay ji. So,
Thank you, sir.
Vijay, Commander Vijay, can you do on behalf of Learning Conclave? You can just say a vote of thanks to our today's speaker.
Yeah, it will be my honor because Vijay Thadani ji and Vijay Kumar, both of us have been quite regular in Learning Conclave webinars. So it is my big honor for me to propose a vote of thanks for a very, very relevant webinar today. If only people can follow the advice given by Vijay Thadani ji and modify their diet accordingly, wellness will be definitely assured thing. Otherwise, we'll get into all sort of illnesses. I can tell that by my own practice, and it works. If you look after the body properly and listen to the signals of the body, as Vijay Thadani said, the body can take care of itself. We intervene and interfere and make it spoil. So thank you very much, Thadani ji, for giving this wonderful talk. And I'm sure that people in the social, it is already being transmitted there also. All of us will benefit from that. Thank you very much again on behalf of Learning Conclave. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Vijay and Vijay Thadani ji to come and present your inputs, and it's a valuable information for us, and everyone must have taken their own input with your details. So thank you once again, and
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was a
thank you.
wonderful opportunity for me to meet you and all so many lovely, wonderful people. Thank you once again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.